charges and gets Chapman by a step, and that'll do it as the Yankees hand the Blue Jays a 5-2 defeat, and in the process clinch the American League East. And a fairly subdued celebration right now on the field for the Yankees. I'm sure things will get cooking pretty good in the clubhouse a few minutes from now, but it looks like it's going to be low-key on the field at the moment.
Yeah, and you know what? They're all about championships, and they're all about winning World Series. And yeah, they accomplished the first goal. And you can see they're genuinely happy to celebrate, but you're right, Dan. It's going to be a muted celebration for sure. And they have bigger fish to fry, that's for sure. They will get the first round bye. They will not meet a team until they play in a division series.
So we'll have the rubber match of the 3-game series for you tomorrow night between the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Garrett Cole and Mitch White, the starters. Right now it is time for Sportsnet Central as we send you to Ken and Ivanka. As we send you to Ken and Ivanka.
Yeah, here we go on Sportsnet Central happening right now. Rangers with a 1-0 lead over the Mariners. This game on Sportsnet 1, streaming on Sportsnet now, and Seattle 2.5 games back of the Jays in the wild card chase as it stands right now. Welcome into the studios. He's Ken Reed. I'm Ivanka Osmak. So the Yanks, they get the division. No home run for Aaron Judge, still sitting on 64 walks, though.
Yeah.
On the other side, not a very clean game for the Jays. Baseball blunders.
What we call lazy baseball, non-hustle baseball, casual baseball. That can get under
sloppy on defense.
Sloppy baseball. That can tick off some fans. And how about the Yankees? Business trip. Not freaking out because they win the division. Business. That was business.
Maybe in a half an hour or so behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a party.
We'll get to that.
But okay, so magic number for the Jays going into today, 3. Combination of wins and losses for the Jays, and the Orioles playing a big role in the Orioles in Boston.
Yeah, let's check in on the O's and the Red Sox. Lots of offense in this game. Pick it up, top 3, tie game 2-2. Switch hitter Anthony Santander from the left side. His 32nd home run of the season. Orioles up 3-2. Bottom 3, tough inning for Kyle Bradish. He walks the bases loaded. Then he, that's not good. Then he hits a batter. That's not good. That's going to bring in 1. So the bases are still loaded. And it's another walk. Bradish charged with 7 runs in just 2 1/3 innings. 8-3 Red Sox. Top 4, now 8-6. Santander from the right side. Gotta be over the monster. Hammers it. Moonshot. 4th game this season that he's homered for both sides of the plate. Ties a major league record. Tie game 8-8. Bottom 4. Oh, Baltimore struggling. Rougned Odor. I bet Jays fans aren't cracked up about that. Nobody likes Rougned Odor in Toronto. Still. Holding a grudge. 9-8 Boston. Next up, Tommy Pham. He gets hit by Jake Reed. Second base is loaded, hit by pitch from a Baltimore pitcher. 10-8 Red Sox. A little later on, now 12-8 Red Sox. Xander Bogaerts, grounder, and there's trouble for Rougned Odor. Sloppy toss, down to 1, his second error of the inning. 13-8 Boston, right now still 13-8 Boston, and the bottom of the 6th stays that way. The Jays' magic number will be down to 2.
All right, Yankees with a 5-2 win over Toronto tonight. We will take you to Fenway Park, though, as that Orioles-Red Sox game continues throughout the show. But, yes, let's go to Rogers Center. Jamie, Joe, and Caleb. Guys.
Thank you, Ivanka. We did not witness an Aaron Judge home run tonight. We did, though, witness the Yankees winning yet another division title. As Dan and Buck pointed out, the celebration was somewhat muted. A 5-2 win for the Yankees. It could have been a closer game, Caleb Joseph, if the Blue Jays weren't such a hot mess at times. Sometimes you just don't play that well, and that appeared to be the case tonight. Am I mistaken by what I saw there?
No, you're not mistaken. That was the case tonight, and it's coming off the heels of a really, really solid Major League Baseball game the night before. And these are the type of plays that we're going to see right here that can really construe a game. And don't tell me there's not momentum swings in the course of a baseball game. There absolutely is. This is just a Bermuda Triangle play with a lack of communication. And don't think for 1 second that in the playoffs there's not going to be 50,000 fans screaming their necks off, waiting for somebody to jack something up. So it's these type of plays when you're trying to really keep it tight and really execute, that's going to give you the best chance to win late in the season. And this is the one thing, Jamie, that scares me about this team. I think they've got more talent than they know what to do with. They've got great pitching. Their bullpen is really solid. They're one of the top 5 offenses in the big leagues. Their defense has shown flashes of greatness, but it's these type of unforced errors that seem to creep in. Yeah, it's just a weird play, you know, where he's on the base, but he's not. It's he's, you know, not getting out of the box right here. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. compounds one mistake into not getting out to then trying to advance into second base. These are unforced errors. These are mental errors. Okay, the team is really, really good when they commit less than 1 error. And when they commit more than 1 error, they're not very good. And that's not even counting the mental mistakes that they have made over the course of a season. When it's a 3-game or 5-game playoff series, you've got to play an almost perfect game to beat a team just like the Yankees. They played a perfect game last night. They won. Not a perfect game. Wasn't even close.
The inconsistencies that drives managers crazy, I'm sure, and coaches, and I'm sure even some of the players in Blue Jays uniforms tonight. But more importantly, we've seen this team, when they're good, they play very well. And when they do something like tonight, it does not go very well. But Caleb, you mentioned physical and mental errors. Most managers, most coaches will say physical errors happen. You're human beings, they're acceptable. But I would also say on all of the physical errors we saw in this ball game, they're also mental errors, because there are times when there is a lack of communication. You have to be better. That is a conscious effort to make sure you take charge out in the outfield and call everybody off. It is a conscious decision when you field a baseball to get your feet set, make a strong throw. It's a conscious decision when you round first base, and should you go to try to stretch it into a double when your team is down. If it's not a good decision, that's a conscious decision that you're making. So I think those are mental mistakes as well, and those are the things I'm sure everybody's going to go into that clubhouse right now, especially when the team on the other side is popping champagne bottles because they just won the AL East.
Right.
And I think those guys in there think they can win the AL East, or they could have won the AL East, but it didn't happen this year because I don't think they play to their capabilities. Are they young? Sure, but they're young and really, really good. So they're going to find it upon themselves that it was not acceptable.
Well, let's send it up to the broadcast booth and get the impression of Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez.
Jamie, thank you. Articulated very well by Caleb, and Joe right there articulated very well by you during the game. There's plenty of talent on this team. They can have incredible highs like they did last night, but took a step back tonight. And again, this is a game that maybe if they play a clean game like last night, they might win this one.
Yeah, I think that, you know, Josh Donaldson said it a few years ago. This is not the try league. This is the get it done league. And if you don't get it done on a nightly basis, you're not going to win anything. And I think we all agree. The Blue Jays have a lot of talent, no question about it. And we see it from time to time, as Caleb and Joe both alluded to. But at the same time, you have to look in the mirror and talk to yourself, did I do everything tonight to give my team a chance to win? Were there things I could have done better? And if the answer is no, you better make adjustments the next day. And if you're going to win, especially in this division, you got to play clean baseball all year long. You just can't ride the wave and say, well, we feel good now, we're going to play good now, and next week maybe not so good. That doesn't work here, because you're going to go up against the Yankees, the Rays, the Red Sox, and now the Baltimore Orioles are on your heels. So things are going to get even tougher in this division. And the Blue Jays, I hope tonight they learned a lesson. If you don't bring it every night, don't bring it at all.
The Yankees brought it tonight, and nobody more so than Jameson Taillon. His 6th start against the Blue Jays this season, and he came out and had his best start of the season against the Blue Jays.
That he did. Thank you very much. Yes, an excellent start by Taillon. And 4 walks drawn by Aaron Judge. Now, it was fun seeing a couple of people on social media who clearly have no investment in the Blue Jays nor their intention to make the postseason, saying it's not why we buy tickets, not pitching to a guy who may connect with a home run that would tie him with Roger Maris. Why aren't they pitching to Aaron Judge, Joe? It seems, even though he walked 4 times, that they were trying. Would you agree?
Absolutely. They pitched to Aaron Judge in this ball game. You can take the intentional walk away from last night's ballgame, I thought the Blue Jays did a very good job pitching to Aaron Judge in this ballgame. They threw everything at him, and it started with Jose Barrios early in this ballgame. He was going after him. Good breaking ball to start things off, and you can see that he really used a lot of different pitches. Judge saw fastballs tonight. He saw sinkers, four-seamers, a changeup right there. Good pitch by Barrios, just misses at the bottom of the zone. Starts him out with a heater there on the outside part of the plate. He ended up seeing a little bit of everything from the Blue Jays pitching staff. And those people that you're referring to, Jamie, they're also, I guess, Blue Jays fans that want them to go to the playoffs. They have to win baseball games. We said coming into this series, the difference between the Blue Jays Yankees right here than what the Yankees just went through on the weekend is the Boston Red Sox were down and out. They're gone. There's nothing to play for. Those pitchers better darn well go after Aaron Judge. But these guys, not only did they go after him, I thought they went after him very well. Couple walks, scored a couple runs. That's not what beat the Blue Jays tonight.
Yeah, if you don't like it, don't tune into playoff baseball, because this is exactly what it's going to look like in the playoffs if the Blue Jays end up facing the Yankees. It's all about throwing pitches on the corner. If they're not strikes, they're missing off the plate. And mere mortals would have struck out 2 or 3 times tonight. But Aaron Judge is so locked in that he's getting auto takes just right out of the hand. He's not even offering at some of those pitches. I saw a Barrios changeup that Barrios couldn't even believe. How did you not even move at that? He's so locked in right now that they were better pitches than I think he's probably thrown all night. But when you have a guy that locked in, it just doesn't turn out that way. But that's what playoff baseball is going to look like. It doesn't matter. There's not going to be any record during the playoffs. And you think a guy having the season that Aaron Judge is having, they're just going to throw him meatballs now? No, no, no. That's how the plan is going to be the entire playoffs. And quite honestly, if they face a team, Houston Astros, there's like 3 or 4 guys that are pumping out numbers similar to Aaron Judge in terms of offensive production. You got to play smart. It's about home field advantage. They're not here to appease Aaron Judge's home run chase. They're trying to win home field advantage. And how do you do that? Be incredibly careful with the hottest hitter on the planet in terms of home runs.
And I love when I hear people saying that they think Aaron Judge is pressing because he can't get to the home run. He doesn't look like he's pressing to me. He looks really good at the plate. Some of those pitches that you're talking about that he laid off of, even a ball 4, he doesn't look like he's pressing. He looks like he's locked in.
So now we watch the scoreboard. We know that Tampa Bay and Cleveland are now going to the 11th, still tied in that game. We'll see what happens at Fenway Park and see if the Blue Jays get a gift or two from some other teams by the end of the night. For now, we'll look forward to tomorrow's series finale, hoping you'll join us for Blue Jays Central at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. Back to Ken and Ivanka.